Hey gut feelers! Today we're going to talk about dairy products and calcium deficiency. Where do you get your calcium from if you're dairy free? If you ever wondered if you're missing out on the calcium if you don't eat dairy products, then this is the video for you. And even if you haven't eaten dairy products for a long time, it can be a great confirmation to keep staying away from them. And in this video we discover why this is the case. My name is Peggy from peggyschirmer.com. I warmly welcome you to Gut Feelings, the channel to support you to become your own health expert. So you have all the energy you need to go out there in the world and share your gifts and live an incredible, fulfilling life together with your body. So let's talk about dairy products and calcium deficiency. People have asked me on Facebook, on social media, because I'm so much for dairy free. I'm so much talking about dairy and why it's good to avoid dairy products if you suffer from chronic illnesses. So of course you ask all these questions, which are so great. They are great because only if we question things we can change things. So this is an awesome question. Thank you everybody who requested this video. Let's dive right into it. What's the thing about dairy products and calcium deficiency? I'm going to give you the information straight away, and even if it hurts, it's so worth sharing it, because leaving out dairy products for me was one of the main things that changed me and that got me out of this vicious cycle of my allergies, of asthma, of chronic low immune system, of this feeling of tiredness all the time. I told that to my clients and they also see improvements when they leave out the dairy products. So what's the deal with calcium deficiency and dairy products? So we've been told that dairy products are awesome because they contain a lot of calcium. Well, it's true that they contain a lot of calcium, but it's not awesome for our body because first, we can't absorb them, and second, we can't absorb them because they are not in a form that our body can absorb well. And the second one, and that's the major one, is that dairy products actually cause our body to lose calcium. If you stop eating dairy, it's likely that your calcium is actually going up. And that's just so shocking. When I heard that the first time, I was like, what the fuck? I ate so much dairy products when I was younger. Always people telling me, oh, it's good for your bones, you grow up, better for your teeth. And it is exactly the opposite. So there are two reasons why your body is better off without dairy and why dairy products are actually causing calcium deficiency. After we looked into the two reasons, I'm in the end also giving you some tips how to naturally boost your calcium, which is not necessarily via supplement, but really simple, common foods that help you get out of your calcium deficiency and heal as quickly as possible. So reason number one why dairy products actually cause you to lose calcium. Not only calcium, also other really important minerals like magnesium, zinc. Yeah, zinc, we don't have enough zinc and we're just gonna lose it if we eat more dairy products. So don't press thumbs down yet. Just listen to me first if you can. I know when I heard this, it caused me so much trouble and I even got angry. So if that's the case for you right now, I completely understand that. So reason number one is dairy products are high in protein. Yeah, like all other kinds of animal products, they contain high amounts of fat and high amounts of protein. Anything that is high in protein, especially from animal sources, will cause stress on an impaired digestive system. It will also make it more difficult for your liver to digest, as our liver is mostly overburdened these days. It's not that protein and fat is bad in it by itself, not at all. We just eat too much of it, that's the problem. And on the same time, we are chronically ill in our gut and often even don't notice that because we just get symptoms. Yeah, it's like an iceberg. You just get symptoms when the body's reached a certain limit, a certain threshold. And before that, we just suffer silently. Our body doesn't say anything. We just get more tired, for example. So the thing about dairy products and protein and why they cause us to lose calcium, it has to do with our pH levels, our blood pH levels. Now this is not the same as the pH level that we often talk about in this acid-alkaline balance diet. It's the pH level of our blood. Yeah, that has a very, very specific pH level. It has to be constant on a daily basis. There can't be any fluctuations in our blood pH level. And the organ that is responsible for balancing the pH level perfectly are our kidneys. And what they do if they get something very acidic like a dairy product, high in protein is always acidic, yeah, to balance the blood pH level, which is in danger to get to acidic, they put in a lot of alkaline minerals. alkaline minerals. Calcium is one of the most alkaline minerals you can get. Magnesium is another one, zinc. So they flush this out in the bloodstream and then they neutralize the acidity. In this way, we force our bodies to give up these precious minerals, the precious calcium. And the more we eat dairy products, the more acidic our blood gets and the more minerals we lose. Now people say, but dairy products are so rich in calcium, but then we come to the second reason why dairy products cause calcium deficiency. Dairy, together with eggs, are one of the two main feeders for pathogens in our body. So if you're not like a dinosaur, like really super healthy and strong, you have a perfect immune system, you don't have an overburdened liver, you feel mentally super clear, you wake up at 5 a.m. and just feel super happy and well in your body, it's likely that you carry some luggage from your ancestor, pathogens, viruses, but also some burdens from your current life, toxins. We are exposed to so much toxins, the stress, the adrenaline that is flushed out through our body on a daily basis is highly erosive. It's not meant to be there all the time. Then of course all the processed foods and the poor food choices that we often make, so we are nutrient deficiency, and all these things come together and build up and just leave us with an impaired gut, with an impaired immune system, with a sluggish liver. So now if you eat then dairy products, what happens is that the dairy product in and by itself, it can be organic, it can be the best dairy product you can get, it will still feed any kinds of pathogens in your system, it will make toxic heavy metals oxidize faster, because what makes toxic heavy metals oxidize is fat. Dairy products are high in fat. They're also high in sugar, which is a bad combination because lactose is actually pretty sugary. So people talking about the paleo diet and I'm avoiding sugar by all the time, I'm just eating dairy products. Well, basically you're just eating sugar in another form, which is not good for a body who has a chronic problem, because the combination with fat and sugar, I talked about that in other videos, is a really bad combination. It's very difficult to be absorbed. It also causes the sugar to stay much longer in the bloodstream than necessary. Okay guys, so reason number 2 why dairy products are a problem and causing calcium deficiency is that they cause inflammation. So when a dairy product feeds a pathogen, what happens in the body, there's an immune reaction. There's inflammation happening in our gut, in our liver, in our lymphatic system. Wherever the toxins from the pathogens that are fed are released into the bloodstream, you have this inflammation reaction. And now what happens if you have inflammation? For dealing with the inflammation and for really getting the reaction going, you need minerals. They're like the base camp of your body. They're so important, and you're gonna lose, with every inflammation reaction, you lose more minerals. You lose calcium, you lose magnesium, which are important to get the process going. Okay guys, having so much talked about dairy products, if you're still with me, that's a great sign. I want to give you something practical to take away from that, and not just saying, please don't eat dairy. Like, what can you do to boost your calcium levels naturally? Which foods are high in calcium? And if you want to take a supplement, I also got one supplement for you, which is a magnesium calcium complex. Guys, this might surprise you. One of the best foods that you can eat for boosting your calcium levels are oranges. Oranges are awesome for several things because they contain a lot of vitamin C. They're great for your immune system. They're antiviral, antibacterial, fighting off these pathogens, helping the liver to cleanse. Lots of antioxidants in there, and they contain a bioactive form of calcium. Now, this is exactly the problem with the dairy products. We have been told to consume products that are made for feeding the infant of another species. Centuries ago, people didn't have so much toxicity in their body built up, so the dairy products were actually no problem. They were a great way to survive autumn and to survive hard winters. But modern century, having iPods and iPads and refrigerators and freezers and everything, it's time for opening up to other ways of supporting our body with calcium. So oranges have a bioactive form of calcium, and dairy products do have a form of calcium, but our body can't really deal with it because it's from another species that's never really meant for our body. It's not perfectly aligned. Another awesome source for calcium that is low in protein and low in fat are leafy greens. Any dark green leaves that you can get, you can cook them, you can eat them raw. Calcium doesn't get destroyed destroyed by heat, which is a good one. Vitamin C, on the contrary, does. So leafy greens, broccoli is also a great source. And if you look for something fatty, something comforting, eat avocado. Yeah, avocado is rich in minerals, contains lots of healthy fatty acids, and is also a great source of calcium. But on the top list, there are oranges, which are really like liquid sunshine. They do not only come with a bioactive form of calcium, what they also do is they have vitamin D. Yeah, this is why oranges are so awesome for us in winter, because we likely have vitamin D deficiency if we don't live on a Canary Island or very close to the equator. Vitamin D actually supports also the absorption of calcium. It's like a perfectly packaged, nutrient-dense food that you can eat it everywhere. I recommend like 4 to 5 oranges per day if you want to boost your calcium. Best thing to do is first thing in the morning. Yeah, don't have a fruit salad, don't just combine all this kind of stuff. Go for just oranges and enjoy this kind of liquid sunshine, this fruity taste. Now, so there are two things. First, eat more foods that contain natural calcium that the body can work with, that are gut friendly. And the second one is to avoid foods that cause inflammation in your body, that feed pathogens. Dairy is a big one, eggs are a big one, and any grains that contain gluten. Unfortunately, also the foods that we eat the most are the ones that cause acidity in our body, that cause inflammation, and that feed viruses, bacteria like strep, and also stop us from eliminating toxins from our liver and our gut. Okay guys, I hope I covered everything I had written down on this page for you. If you still want to do a supplement for calcium, I highly recommend you to combine calcium with magnesium in a ratio to 2:1. Twice as much calcium as magnesium. And this is because this is how it naturally works with our body. And the specific form of calcium and magnesium is a malate. Yeah, this is a bioactive form that our body can absorb well. So calcium magnesium malate in combination in a 2:1 ratio. And look that there are not so many toxins. Yeah, that there are no fillers, no GMO corn starches which cause inflammation. You don't want to have any alcohol in there if it's a liquid supplement. The one that I recommend you, I put down below a link. It's like 3 capsules per day. Of course, on top you gotta stack up with all kinds of fresh fruits. Yeah, anything alive that your cells can resonate with, that your body can absorb the minerals, and it lowers the inflammation and the chronic issues that you have in your body. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I have a question for you. What was the main inspiration that you took out of this video? Can be just one sentence or even just one word. Let me know in the comments below. Looking forward to your feedback and your sharing. Have a beautiful day, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.